Mold-A-Rama time!
Every Christmas, Faith, Dawn, and myself were watched over by our family manger scene. Long before I was born, my dad had constructed the creche by hand, starting with an old apple crate. He added a roof and even a loft. The nativity scene pieces were purchased at Woolworths before I was born, and they showed it. One of the wise men had been decapitated, but the miracle of epoxy had fixed that one. One of the shepherds had lost his arm, again replaced, except for a small piece of its hand, where a hole remained. The cow had these metal springs for horns, and one of them was permanently disfigured and stretched out. And by the time I rolled into my parents' life, you could head over to Asbury Avenue in Ocean City to purchase a replacement baby Jesus. No one was really sure how he'd escape, but my point is, he was easily replaceable. This was not the case when J.H. Tyke Miller went digging through his attic trying to find all the family's Christmas decorations in 1937. Back then, nobody sold individual figurines. So you can understand how disappointed Tyke was upon finding one of the figurines broken. All he wanted was a replacement piece. He didn't want to buy a whole new set. Well, being talented, Miller and his wife decided to make their own. They sculpted and painted their own plaster copy. Well, seeing how he'd identified a common problem and a not-so-common fix, Miller started his own company. He started selling these nativity figures and other small statues at a local Quincy, Illinois novelty shop. Enter the Nazis. As war spread across Europe, the German suppliers of nativity scenes had to turn their attentions to the war effort. This led the J.H. Miller Company to become the largest supplier of nativity figurines in the U.S. Sometime in 1955, J.H. Miller moved away from plaster and started using injection molding. It's pretty simple, really. The machines melted pellets and sent the ooze into a mold. Before it cooled all the way down, the machine would send in a burst of air to push it into all the melted liquid into every crack and crevice. Next came antifreeze to cool and to harden the plastic. Voila, the figurine was ready to paint and sell. From start to finish, the process took about a minute. Miller took the opportunity to sell not only his nativity figurines, but he also created a line of sculpted aliens. Not only did the figurines capture America's interest in science fiction at the time, but one of them had one eye, one horn, had wings, and was purple. Despite successful sales, it wasn't enough to keep Miller afloat, and in 1959 they declared bankruptcy. So, why have I gone into all this detail for a bankrupt nativity scene maker? Well, not one to linger on defeat, Tyke decided to turn his machines into on-demand figure makers, and he contacted William Fishman. Fishman's company had just merged with the California-based vending machine company, forming Automatic Retailers of America. Nowadays, Automatic Retailers of America, or ARA, is known as Aramark. They even ran the cafeteria in the chicken plant where I work, but anyway, that's another story for another time. The Miller licensed machine made their debut at the World's Fair in Seattle in 1962. A 4-year-old Bob saw them at the New York World's Fair 2 years later. See what I did there? It was as Bob saw them, kind of a play on as Bob sees. Anyway, like any kid, Dino Land was a favorite of mine. Sinclair's Dino Land featured life-size dinosaurs and ARA's Miller machines, where you could pump out your own plastic dinosaurs. New York World's Fair is where Mold-A-Rama really took off, and soon the machines were everywhere. You could even make a bust of JFK at the Mr. Biggs department store in Northfield, New Jersey. A stop we made every other Thursday when my dad got paid. I laughed watching what I thought were rich people plop 2 quarters in the machine and get a plastic bust of JFK, and then walk out of the store trying to figure out what they were going to do with it. But at the fair, Disney and Pepsi had placed machines at their short-lived attraction. It's a Small World. These machines promoting Disneyland were the only machines which featured Disney characters ever. After the fair, machines were a must for every zoo, museum, and amusement park. And between 1962 and 1969, ARA made about 200 Mold-A-Rama machines when they decided to get out of the plastic molding machine business. Probably because of the cost, which was about $28,000 in today's dollars for each machine. The last of the machines left ARA's Overwatch in 1971. Today there are only 2 operators of the machines, Mold-A-Rama of Chicago and Unique Souvenirs of Lake Wales. Now, since I don't live anywhere near Chicago, I'm going to deal with our Lake Wales neighbors, who take care of our Mold-A-Rama branded here as Mold-A-matic machines. So far, we presented
Mold-A-Rama time!
at Gatorland, and now we present the machines at the Central Florida Zoo. Machines are located throughout the park, with the first 2 located inside the Wishing Well Pavilion. Here you'll find the walking bear and the giraffe family models. Both machines are labeled as Mold-A-matics, and both machines worked just fine the day I was there. The next machine is located over in the Children's Zoo next to the gift shop. We'll cover that one last. Over at the Outpost Snack Bar, which is right near the rhino enclosure, is the rhino machine. Good news for Unique Souvenirs, I had to wait in line to make my model. And the rhino itself is molded in gray. Now, headed back to the front of the park, I went over to the last machine. The Children's Zoo machine produces the famous 3 monkeys. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. But the warning trio could not be had. The machine refused to accept any currency.
Oh no.
Those 3 new models now join my 2 Gatorland models on my desk. Oh, speaking of Gatorland, it's time for the special announcement. If you'll recall, a couple of weeks ago we drew Anna Weber's name from our hat, declaring her the winner of the Gatorland gift card giveaway.
And the winner is Anna Weber, one of our Patreon supporters. Congratulations, Anna.
Anna was thrilled to have one, but advised me that because of the current circumstances, that the family trip to Walt Disney World had been canceled. They wouldn't be leaving the UK this year, so she asked if I could award the gift card to someone else. I said sure. So, thanks to Anna, we're going to re-gift our gift card. So, if you want to be entered in our Gatorland gift card sweepstakes, just mention it in the comments below. One winner will be selected and announced on next week's As Bob Sees It. And then I'm taking a couple of weeks off while enjoying the company of my grandson, my daughter-in-law, and her husband, my middle son. I really hope you enjoyed this video and you'll give it a big thumbs up. That way, maybe I can convince my wife that we should go to other places even though it's surface of the sun hot. And if you did like this video, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? It's free. All you gotta do is hit that red subscribe button down below. But remember, when you do subscribe, don't forget to click on that bell icon. And that way you'll be notified the next time I upload a video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.